welcome back on this Bad Breath Tuesday. Do you have halitosis? What about oral malodor or fetorosis or simply bad breath? No matter how you say it, it can be extremely unpleasant, not to mention embarrassing. So this morning we're putting my breath to the test. Dr. Harold Katz is a bad breath expert. He's the author of the Bad Breath Bible. He's here to tell us how we can avoid a very awkward situation. Nice to meet the Bad Breath King.
Nice to be here.
And I'm here to be a humble experiment, but let's talk about bad breath first. Because my first reaction is I always thought it came from the digestive tract, and it doesn't. It comes from inside your mouth and under your tongue.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate myth that it comes from here. In fact, the experiment after the show today, eat a big breakfast, stand on your head, your breakfast does not fall out of your mouth.
Right.
There are muscles that line your esophagus that prevent that from happening. So what you mentioned about the mouth and the tongue, there are bacteria that naturally live there. They are called anaerobic sulfur-producing bacteria.
They hang out and they produce sulfur, and that's where the smell comes from.
Yeah, and the odors that you smell, they're chemicals like hydrogen sulfide, that's the rotten egg smell, another chemical called cadaverine, one called putrescine.
But isn't it true, doctor, that some people do have a case of it so much more than other people walking around?
Yeah, if they have a rougher tongue, they trap more bacteria. Your tongue is like a carpet, so there's little fibers that make up your tongue. There's bugs in between, there's little nooks and crannies, which produce those sulfur compounds. If you have large tonsils, if you have a dry mouth. In fact, in the book that you had mentioned, the Bad Breath Bible, we actually list several pages of medications which can lead to bad breath.
And a lot of the stuff, over-the-counter stuff that we use to take care of it, it actually just kind of masks it and hides it, right?
It masks it.
Because it has sugar in it.
Well, it has sugar, it has alcohol, has a detergent in it. In fact, I got started doing this 15 years ago. My own daughter had this problem. She was my first patient, 13 years old. She came home from school crying because her friends kept offering her gum and mints. And what do you do? I'm a dentist here. I said, oh, you know, don't worry about it. It got so bad one day, she was actually chewing gum and they gave her some gum. So I got a hold of this machine.
No, you got a machine, and it's your own. It's your own DNA.
It's called a halometer.
A halometer.
Yeah, it's not named after Hal Holbrook.
Or
it's halitosis. Yes.
There you go. I'm going to take a sip of coffee because I'm trying to get my coffee breath. But what if I bite into the onion too?
Oh, we'll do that a little bit later. What the machine does, it actually measures the concentration of sulfur compounds. What coffee does, it stimulates the bacteria. So anything above 100 means you're going to need to see me.
Okay. Do you want to do this before the onion?
Yeah, we'll do this right now.
Okay,
stick your tongue out and hold your breath. Let's see what kind of breath you got there. Okay, you're not too bad. Even the coffee breath only gave you about 62.
Wow, I find
62.
like you're going to find metal underneath the sand right now.
No,
that old meter's going like this.
For some people who eat onions and garlic, they have sulfur compounds in them as well.
What's a bad number, doctor?
Anything above 100 is a bad.
Oh, so it was like a 57. That's not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
And you're not shying away right now. Can we bite into the onion and see what happens?
Be my guest.
Oh, God. So I just take a little bite?
Yeah, just take a bite of that, and we'll see what we get here. And then we'll show you how to get rid of it. That's a real onion.
Do I get a lot of it?
I think you've gotten enough.
It's kind of a sweet Texas onion, actually.
I think so. Okay, you can spit out the onion there, and then we'll show you how to get rid of it here in a second.
Wow.
Okay, stick your tongue out now.
I'm curious.
Now, let's say, for example, you go out to lunch one day, and you have a little bit of onion. Okay, you've already hit about 200.
That makes me laugh.
470.
I'm in the 400s.
470. Now, let me show you how to get rid of it.
I was just hoping for 3.
Now,
so you have your own product. Yeah, this is what they sell at Walmart and some other places?
Yeah, it's called TetroBreath. What it has in it's a patented oxygen compound.
Fascinated by this.
Yeah, now you'll see it's not blue or green or anything. It's all natural. The oxygen compounds.
Strong.
Yeah, it has natural mint in there. Just go ahead and rinse it around. And what it does, it literally puts a straitjacket around the odors. So it'll get rid of odor, any type of odor, almost instantly. So you had 475. You almost broke my machine, by the way. But
475.
Let's see what you have now, okay?
What did Tom Brokaw do?
We won't say. But you're down to about 30. So gobbled up all the odors
I'm not trying to be a homer, but this, when I did this, I went, wow, that's really strong. But in my mouth, it's not a strong feel or taste at all.
No, it doesn't burn.
It's very mild.
No, it doesn't burn. There's no alcohol.
That's totally different than mouthwash.
It's a totally different concept. It's fairly new, and again, you mentioned it's at Walmart. What it does, it just literally gets rid of the odors. It's not masking the odor, so it is completely different. And it's all explained here in the book. In fact, what I'd like to do for your viewers, they can get a free copy of my book.
Okay.
Call my office, 1-800-97-FRESH.
Okay.
Give them a free copy of the book.
Give them a free copy of that.
Yeah.
Hey, one last myth.
Oh, sure.
If I brush my tongue, does it help?
It does help, but be careful about toothpaste. Many toothpaste have a detergent called sodium lauryl sulfate.
Okay.
That's a fancy word for soap. So look for toothpaste without that.
I'm just happy to be a
TetroBreath doesn't
I hit
have
400.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to learn more about bad breath, and you should, or preventing it, and you should, you pick up a copy of Dr. Katz's book, The Bad Breath Bible, but he's also going to give it away.
That's right.